Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hardway wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hardway wrestling taken by surprise. Hardway wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making it mark. Hardway wrestling straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hardway Wrestling. It is Thursday, and you know what that means? We are here, and you're there, and I have the mercenary at my fingertips. I have Ricky Walker to the left of my ears, and below me is not the slow person you think he is. He's very intelligent. He's very huge. He's very huge.
Yeah.
He's intelligent, too. Scotty, two bodies. Welcome into the show, boys. How are we doing? It is Thursday. The fucking week is almost over. Thank God. It's good to see you guys. I missed you.
It's over for me. I am done work for this week.
Oh,
so
yeah, that's right. You were
As am I. As
Oh.
am I. I am on vacation.
Oh, okay. I love that. AK, vacation?
Still our status unknown for now. Just
okay.
hanging out in my lair.
All right. Unemployed mercenary. That's okay. Somebody's going to hire you to kick someone's ass eventually. So it's very possible that you get a job here very soon. I did see a shirt, though. I thought about you. I did see a shirt that said, Jacksonville is cursed.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a thing?
Hey, not this season.
I'm just waiting
Curse
for it. I am waiting for Danhausen to curse Jacksonville. I want this to happen so freaking bad. It would be the greatest thing I have ever seen if Jacksonville just goes on a straight consecutive losing
0
streak.
and 17.
No.
0 and 17.
Stop it.
Well,
The only teams that are getting cursed next is either OKC or the Spurs. Because the Knicks in 4, baby. The Knicks.
Only for
actually,
Danhausen.
no, not in 4. I needed to run 7 and get as close as that shirt coming in as possible because I did order the Knicks shirt. You are cursed, but it's not supposed to come until June 25th.
Oh, man.
I'm disappointed. And the only one that's cursed in Jacksonville is the barber who did their quarterback's hair. Oh my God.
That was a work.
That was a work?
Yeah, that's a work.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He doesn't look like Justin Bieber anymore? Oh,
No.
They got me.
They got you.
They got me. Damn AI.
You got.
I was cursed. Anyway, welcome to Hardway Wrestling. Thank you for joining us. If you're just coming across this, make sure you go like and subscribe and ring that bell. Ring that bell loud enough that it dings in my ear in the middle of the night because that's what I need to hear. I need to hear that bell dinging. We've picked up a few more here lately, and I appreciate that. I love the love. I love love. I just love love, guys. I love love. And the love you guys give us when we do the podcast. Not so much our pick show last two pick show last week. But normally you guys give us some pretty good love here. So I appreciate that. Got a lot to cover today. AK is going to run us through everything because I've had a super crazy week and AK is picking up my slack. So AK, it's on you.
All right. Send me that cash app for the extra work and I'll start. All right. I just got it. All right. So guys, we're going to go over a bunch of great stuff today. We're going to talk a little bit about past events and upcoming events. We're going to start off. Ricky, you got to kick us off with a little Saturday night's main event. What happened there, and who's the winners? Who the losers?
Man, we're all losers if we stayed up to watch this shit show. Well, anyway, we had 5 matches on the card. 3 of them were, as Scotty likes to call, bathroom break matches. This was a mid-card fiasco. But anyway, 6 women. Mid-card
fiasco? Yeah, you're giving way too much positivity. I don't know what they were thinking about putting 3. It was 3 women's matches, correct, on this card?
Yes.
What a disaster. Now, again, I like some women's wrestling. I don't need Evolution 3.0.
Yeah. So we had a 6-woman tag match where Jade Cargill, Meechin, and B-Fab defeated Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. I think Charlotte wrestled half of this match with her thong hanging out.
I need her to eat something.
No, that was her mud flaps.
Oh,
That was the other end.
Somewhere Frosty's laughing.
Right.
Good night. I don't know. I really didn't care much for this match. We thought Jade and her goons were going to win this. Yeah.
it kind of went exactly as we expected, right? Like we knew Jade was going to pick up the win. They were going to give her a little bit of momentum. The match itself wasn't anything special. You know, they told a little bit of the Rhea and Charlotte story, and you know, Alexa trying to create little moments in the ring. But it really, you know, wasn't anything that we couldn't have saw on a SmackDown. You know,
exactly. Women's Intercontinental title, non-title match. Sol Ruca defeated Becky Lynch by DQ. Becky pulls Jessica Carr in the way of Sol trying to give her a soul snatcher, and I don't know if she held up or tripped or what the hell she was doing, but it was terrible finish.
That is a timing move, and everybody has to be in the right place at the right time. Sol just has to bump her back bump, and whoever has to take a face bump. That's all you got to do.
And she got
clearly they were not. Sol's already had a couple problems trying to drop this thing on the main roster already. So and adding another element to it. I like the idea. I like the premise. I actually would have thought this. I know we thought that. I actually said that she was gonna Sol was gonna go over clean, pronouns pal. But I would have much rather Jessica Carr DQ Sol Ruca for that.
It kind of plays into this Jessica Carr versus Becky Lynch kind of thing. Like it's almost like they're going to set it up where them two are going to have a match somewhere down the line.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't know,
so
man.
Look, even if they don't have a match, it's still trying to tell the Earl Hebner Stone Cold story, Earl Hebner Triple H story, right? Where they're building up this beef between wrestler and referee, and I think that's what's going to end up coming down to. Maybe at Clash, you're going to see the end result, you know, come from this rivalry between the two of them. And I think it was a good call. If you're going to put Sol over for the IC title this soon, you know, it's a good call to have her win by DQ and not get 2 covers back to back. I just think it's just, you know, it's a better way of booking it if that's the plan.
Keeps Becky super strong. And she honestly, Becky Lynch needs to look strong because her ring ability is just not there. Really
Not
isn't.
anymore.
She shouldn't have got pregnant. She was better before she was pregnant.
Another comparison to the Becky Jessica Carr, you could say Jonathan Cross and Brandon Walker.
Yeah. Hey, I love how that ended. It cost me the match, though. It did cost me the match.
It's kind of horseshit. I really think it's kind of horseshit. Yeah. We can't really talk about it. Lawsuit still pending. Moment of the year, by the way. Moment of the year.
Yeah.
It was.
It was a hell of a photo, too. Women's Tag Team Championship, Brie Bella and Paige defeated Scotty's women, the irresistible forces.
What did you call them? The refrigerator and the freezer?
Yeah.
That kind of made that popped me. I was in the middle of a wedding and I read that.
It's one of them old 1970s refrigerators that'll outlive you and everybody you know, and it's built with like titanium.
I hope they don't frigid dare put this match on TV again.
Yeah, I'm over Bella and Paige.
So look, like the same thing of that match. Though we knew what they were going for. We most of us agreed that they were going to ride this nostalgia wave for a little bit longer. We're thinking until Nikki gets cleared and they can continue their whatever story they're going to run with Paige and Nikki here in the near future. But again, we know they're riding this wave. They probably hold the titles at least for another month or so. But it just sucked. The match wasn't good.
Probably the match of the night, the men's Intercontinental title. Penta defeats Ethan Page and retains.
Yeah.
Yes.
Skinny Ethan Page, not chubby Ethan Page. That's why I lost. That's why I lost.
Yeah.
Back on the carbs.
I mean,
bud.
good match.
Back on the carbs.
Yeah. Like I said,
I mean, Penta always puts on a show, and we all know about Ethan Page. To me, Ethan, when he was with AEW or they had him bouncing around in ROH for a while, he's a gem. He is a diamond in the rough, and it's really nice to see him on the main roster. He was great in NXT, and I mean, he's Ethan Page.
Yeah. They should have put the damn.
He's holding his weight.
No, he's not pulling his weight. He's skinny. He can't pull his weight because he doesn't have any.
He is a lot easier.
But no, they should. I'll say this: they should have put the belt on Ethan. So that's all I'll say.
Oh, it's Peacock. They don't. Saturday Night's Main Event. They don't usually switch belts for Saturday Night's Main
They should have here.
No, I would have loved to have seen it. I would love to have seen it.
Well, when we talk about Raw, we'll talk about what's brewing too with the Intercontinental title. So I definitely want to circle back around on that here later on in the show.
World Tag Team Championship division defeats the Street Profits. Seth Rollins kept his word. He stays out of the match. And Logan Paul, the next casualty of the division, tears his bicep. And we are now down to just Austin Theory and Braun Breaker. I see the meme of the devil going by, knocking on each door, and there's blood splatter. And the only one left is Austin Theory.
I honestly, here's my thing. I think like somehow the Vision got in the way of one of Danhausen's curses, and they ended up getting cursed themselves because this is getting ridiculous. Like,
I mean,
how many more injuries can these guys sustain before this whole team is just gone?
I don't know if it was AK last week that said it. I really think that Montez Ford is going to end up turning on Dawkins, and he would look good in a suit in the Vision. So
yeah,
and they need to put somebody in the Vision because they are running out of people quick.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's getting bad. Like I said, now it looks like as we'll get into whenever we get to Raw, that the Vision contract is the free bird rule.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Heyman said that he put in the contract that anybody from the Vision
title.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get a Brock Lesnar, Austin Theory tag team run.
Brock wouldn't waste his time.
Actually, what if they put Braun Breaker and Brock as the tag champs?
Man,
good God,
who beats them?
Good God,
Nia Jax team, maybe. I don't know.
That was Saturday night's main event. I gave it a whole 1.5 pizza cutters out of 5.
I'm not gonna lie to you, that half is generous. I definitely give it a 1 as well, man. That was rough to make it through for sure.
I think the 1 is generous. I'm giving it a half pizza cutter.
I mean, if there's any event to give a half to, this would be the one for sure.
A half for the men's tag title match, and Penta and Ethan Page earned the most of that one.
They'd have got 1. They'd have probably got 2 out of me if they'd have moved that belt. If they'd have moved that title over to Ethan, then I've been all for it. Or as AK would say, Ethan Cross.
Yeah. All right, guys, moving onwards and forwards. We are now going to look at AEW's one of their flagship pay-per-views, Double or Nothing. Now, a lot of folks are speculating if AEW. Well, that might be from your perspective. I will say it did get one of the highest ratings on Cage Match Wrestling. They actually rated it higher than any WWE event ever, which is absolutely insane.
Okay. So how does that compare with Meltzer? Like in the Meltzer scale, where does that is that like
he hasn't given his scale yet?
Is that 10 stars? Is that 20 stars? Is that
I'm sure Meltzer's gonna destroy it off the charts. Again, no,
he probably won't because he's a big Bucks fan. So I think Meltzer would take care of it. But they're right. They're right. This was better than, I hate to say this. This was better than WrestleMania Night 1.
Oh yeah, for sure,
100%. Yeah,
hands down.
Not as many commercials either.
That's true. So we start off pre-show with the debut of Mick Foley. making his way to the AEW announce crew. We also got to see online Daniel Bryan move from the active roster down to the commentary team as well. A lot of folks, again, with clickbait, were showing Daniel Bryan's been removed from AEW roster. Of course, the man's not active anymore. He's moving forward with his life. But guys, Mick Foley making his debut. If you guys know anything about Mick Foley, the guy loves wrestling, and he's really gravitated a lot towards the independent scene over the years. I know a lot of wrestlers that got married, and Foley did their wedding, as their minister. So Foley's really engaged and involved. I know it really happened.
Real
it
thing.
Really happens.
He's an officiant.
It's real.
He's an officiant.
That's
officiant,
funny.
for
Couldn't
I've
get him booked. Couldn't get him
I've
booked.
never heard of this.
What about
I
Mr.
did not
Sacco?
know.
Oh yeah. Savage Gentleman and Lady Frost. That was who did their marriage. They're not together anymore.
They're not married anymore, are they?
No.
didn't think so.
She posted her new man the other day, so she's onward and forward.
Okay, she's actually not with AEW anymore. She's now down with MLW, I think.
Yeah.
But she's great though. But going on to the event, we start the night off with the New York Street Fight, an I Quit match between FTR and Cage and Cope. This was a tag team title championship match, and if Cage and Cope lost, they would retire as a tag team. We're still confused on what would have happened, but we don't have to worry about that because they went over. We have new AEW tag team champions. And you know what, guys, I'll be the first one to tell you, I was a little bitter about the whole concept of how old they are as tag team champions in a young man's company. What did we say? The combined age of them is 104 years old. But you know
Wasn't there a spot where they asked Christian if he quits and he says he banged their mom or something?
That was fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
I freaking lost it.
I banged your mom. He's great.
Christian, again, as a character, I never liked him in WWE. I hated Captain Charisma, but the heel version of him in AEW is probably my favorite work of his to date because he gets to be more raw and he's just like the complete asshole that you want to see on screen. Or at least I do personally. But again, nice little finish, sharpshooter into the crippler cross space. And then used a spike at the end there. We got to see Beth Phoenix come out, and she gave him the aid, brought out spike to the face.
She took a pretty bad bump into the stairs.
Yeah.
And
I saw that clip.
But so we have new tag team champions, Cage and Cope. Guys, overall, what do you guys think about the match? I thought it was one of their better matches. Again, when you add in the stipulations and it's a street fight, it's easier to work around and not have to worry about the technical side of wrestling, where I think Adam Copeland struggles in these days when I watch him.
To me, I don't need gimmick. I don't need every match to be a gimmick match. And this, to me, was a gimmick match.
I feel like all their matches are street fights.
Yeah, it really does.
Well, I think they need it, though. No, I think they need it for their fighting style now. For their age.
Not every match.
It's kind of like,
Mox
I don't want to watch him in a clean tag
match. Yeah, Mox doesn't need to bleed every match. I don't need to see Lucille or Spike or whatever bat we're swinging. I don't need. I don't know. This match to me, we knew how this was going to end. These two guys aren't going anywhere. They all have 3 more years on their contract. So again, I wasn't a fan. I don't think they should have went over FTR. But when it comes to tag teams in AEW, there are garbage. So I don't know.
Well, you did hear the rumor mills about FTR, right?
Yeah. WWE's trying to lure them back because they're at the option year of their contract coming up.
Yep.
And then
they haven't focusing on the tag team division.
Yeah, that's an option for Tony to pick them up. Okay, so they go back there. Who do they fight?
Yeah, that's also true. But again, what value do they have? That's the other thing. They've lost to so many of the teams that they should never have lost to. What value does WWE have for them anymore other than turning them into
Triple
a
H
joke tag team, which they already are?
And not Vince.
It's true.
I just
but
think that they
still
don't.
I don't see them having any value to WWE other than being a joke losing tag teams.
They'll be the next
No, the
Motor
value
City
is they
Machine
leave
Guns.
AEW and that we can stick it to AEW again. That's the value.
Well, that's the
That's
short
it. That's
term
all you would
value, but
get.
they don't have any long term value for
They come
WWE.
in, they win the tag titles, they lose them a month later, then they're caught in doing
Motor City
actually
Machine Gun
nothing.
Purgatory.
Exactly. And then they're
and then get fired
next
3 months
year's
later.
Well, they're better than Motor City Machine Guns. Let's you know,
yeah,
they're great all around. And I like FTR. Wherever they end up, I'm good with. But again, I don't think that they need to lose these two geriatric fucks. So
Well, look,
the geriatric.
onwards and forwards. We had next the international championship match between Takeshita and Kazuchika Okada. Now, we were speculating for a while for Okada's run to come to an end, and it finally has. I think he's held that title probably longer than any other champion in AEW.
Didn't he lose it
again,
to
I might be wrong on
somebody
that.
and then win it back?
Yeah, so that's why I don't count it. I just it was like, what was there, a week turnover or something like that? Like, I don't even remember. But Okada's been doing his thing in the mid card, and honestly, this story's been brewing for a while between the two of them. I think their fighting styles complement each other very well. And again, for a lot of people saying that Okada needs to wrap it up, I know, Scotty, I see you over there nodding. Again, paired with the right person, still puts on a banger of a match. And again, this wasn't his finest performance, but I definitely think that it was a great match, especially with the way that the rest of the night went. What do you guys think about the new champion?
He hasn't had a good performance since what, 2012 maybe?
Takeshita's a good option to carry some gold in AEW. I like Takeshita.
The problem is when you put the belt on a guy that barely speaks any English, you're pigeonholing him, and Takeshita too. It'll happen. You're pigeonholing these guys into doing just funny shit, right? Just middle fingers and stuff like that, bitch, like shit like that. So again, to me, that when that kind of stuff happens, it just blankets their wrestling ability, because all you can think is, okay, where's the spot where he's going to give the fingers? Where's the spot where he's going to, like Joe? Where's the spot when he's going to move out of the way? Like we're always waiting for that shoe to drop, but because there's such a language barrier, I just don't. Same thing with what's his name in WWE?
Nakamura.
And you name it, choppy PP, you name it. These guys with language deficits just don't cut it, and it overshadows their wrestling.
I'll agree with you on all that except for Asuka. I would say anytime Asuka cut a promo, I don't care which way she did it, like she just has this aura about her that was just fire. So
that would be my exception because it's her native language. You hear her native language all the time, which is great, right? And she's screaming. She always sounds. She's either happy or sad. We don't know, but I will take. I'll give you that one. Asuka's good, but they don't make her stand there and give a monologue in English.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So look, with Takeshita winning the title, we now see Kyle Fletcher is back in the fold. And he showed where his allegiances are, so we can expect to see him chase that title next.
Explain to me why that whole thing was so long.
I have no idea. And
get in, beat his ass, get your group, get out of there. They picked him up, they put him down, they picked him up, they put him down. It was terrible.
Well,
it's like Kyle Fletcher's like, just for top.
There's as many members of the Don Callis family as there is belts in AEW.
Well, they're all going to have
It's NWO. But I will say this, that's the one thing that AEW's production needs to work on is that amount of timing. Again, we're not going to go into Dynamite here on this show, so I'll just reference Speedball segment over there with Kevin Knight. Like, it was just one of those, like, you could have did this in the first 30 seconds of the promo, but we went into this, drawn out, and you kind of lost the crowd until the action started. But they just have to work on this timing. They got to cut these things short, and just, we know what's coming. Just give us the next part of the story. We don't need them to be in the ring for wasting airtime. Give us something. I'd rather see a commercial. It's like-
And I will say this, and I'll save more of my comments for later for what we're about to talk about later. But part of the problem, Tony Khan saying yes to all these guys, letting them do whatever they want to do on camera. So that's why we get
Yeah.
these long segments. They don't know timing because they don't want to know timing. They just want to go out there.
I don't think, honestly, I don't think it's Tony Khan. I think it's the agents. The agents,
yeah,
they all have agents, right? They all have agents agenting the match, or it might be a guy an agent that's agenting 3 matches, whoever. But the agents are trying to stand out also. And how can they stand out with their stamp on it? And I think this is part of the problem too. They allow the agents. There's too much agenting, right? Tony needs to say,
I
okay,
think they're overcompensating.
yeah, absolutely. My matches were better than your matches. I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
but
can see
it
that
does
for
really
sure.
come down to Tony Khan, where he has to say, okay, you're agenting this match, great, blah blah blah, run it through me. Okay, cut this. This needs to be.
But Tony won't
You
cut
have 15
anything.
minutes, bell to bell. This is what you got. If you end your match in 11 minutes, you have 4 minutes to get your shit in and get the fuck back there, because we're moving on. No overrun.
Yeah. Definitely need to reel that in for sure. All right, next match on the docket was for the Owen Hart Foundation. It was the women's side of the quarterfinals between Mina and Athena. And I kind of called this one, again, Athena's athletically probably one of the best female talents in wrestling right now. I think she still has a lot to do to get herself over. It's just she's a hard sell on the commercial side of the crowd. I don't know if she's going to do well with merch or anything like that, but again, athletically, she does very well in ring. This match was best matches. Again, they had some moments where timing was a little bit off here and there. But again, the result was what I kind of anticipated. This is us bringing Athena to the main roster and giving her a little bit more shine again, where she's going to advance onto the next round. Did you guys what did you guys think of the match itself and the results?
Athena needs to be on the main roster. Like, this whole ROH thing is just, she's better than that. She's way better than that, in my opinion, and always has been. So
she's a top wrestler. She's a top women's wrestler in AEW.
Exactly.
I don't think this was a great match for her. I'm not a big fan of Mina. Great boobs, thank you. But other than that, I don't think this was a good match for her to show off what she can do. Right. I feel that Athena is great in a storyline based wrestling match, because she's great. Her facials, everything. She's great about telling a story and how to tell a story and get it over to the crowd. This didn't tell really a story, so it was just kind of back and forth and a botchy shit here and there from Shirakawa. But again, Athena, one of the best women in AEW. They really do need to find a way to get her over. I agree, and get her up on the main roster for good.
Here's my question: do we think that Sasha's coming back into this tournament, and do you think that her and Athena see each other somewhere down the line during this Owen Hart Cup?
I hope not. But now that Willow's out, there's a wild card. Tony's going to go pull his favorite booker.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You're telling me that I can't remember, but what's her name never won the title, right? She never won the Owen.
No.
Mercedes never won the Owen. So
she won last year.
She did win last year.
Yeah, I meant to say the AEW world title. No, she hasn't won that yet.
She lost her world title opportunity to Toni Storm.
Yeah.
So she did. So she's never won the Owen.
No, she won the Owen.
No, she did.
She got her title shot. But
are they looking to put a back-to-back person in the Owen? I mean, I guess it's possible. I would like to see the wild card. Who faces the wild card?
The one brawling, or is it Statlander or
Becky Lynch Light?
No, it's not
Jamie.
Jamie Hayter.
I can't remember. I just saw the flyer and I can't remember who was on it. It's coming up this week.
So it's definitely a heel, right? So it's definitely a heel. So yeah, I was hoping Toni Storm would be back. But yeah, I guess we're gonna get most likely Mercedes.
I still think Tony got juiced.
Yeah, well, I hope so.
All right. So next match of the night was a no time limit between Jon Moxley and Kyle O'Reilly, the rematch from the other night that ended in a time limit draw. We all thought that it was going to be time for Mox to give up his man. What's the name of the title again? Pardon me, guys. The Continental, not the Continental.
I hate this
but
continental,
no,
national, international, continental, breakfast, whatever. There's too
This
many.
this match made me constipated.
No, actually, hey,
Yeah,
just so you know, we actually had a new champion, according to Jim Ross, anyways.
oh yeah. JR called Moxley the new champion, so thank God we have JR back on the mic.
Yeah.
He actually took a bump earlier in the night, apparently too. Like he fell backstage or something. So JR's just been having a rough time over the years. He needs to just relax and make some barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Sold it.
But look, guys, again, this is probably one of the worst matches of the night for me. I was not interested. I like both guys. I just think paired up with other people, they're better. And we've seen this match, and it just was like I knew, like I predicted it. Like we thought it would be nice to see a turnover, but we knew Kyle O'Reilly's not the guy to take it. And we know Mox right now is like, if he's not going for the world title, what is Mox going to do? He needs to walk around with a championship in AEW to be the big guy on campus still, and honestly, I think it's going to be time for him to go when his contract's up. I think he's hit a ceiling that he needs to just go home, reunite with the Shield, go WrestleMania main event against Rollins, go main event WrestleMania against Reigns, and have a more eventful and highlight career.
He needs to go back to GCW and main event against Nick Gage.
Nick Gage is not with there anymore. He's not there anymore.
Oh, that's right. He got kicked out too. Cool.
This was very predictable. Jon Moxley, we knew that he wasn't going to tap out and lose this title. Again, we said it last week. The only way that makes Kylo, I'm gonna call him Kylo Ren because nobody cared about Kylo Ren in Star Wars either. Kylo Ren, the only thing to make him notable in wrestling is to put him back with Bobby Fish and Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah. UE. And again, he's still 1/3 of the trios champions too. So he does have a belt right now.
Yeah, well that's like the shortest kid with a burner on a school bus, right? Everybody's got one.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's got a belt.
That's like being the nicest guy in prison.
Yeah.
So we did get to see a little bit of nostalgia, or more nostalgia at this show. We got to see Will Ospreay versus Samoa Joe for the men's side of the Owen Hart Cup. A lot of homages to AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe that was thrown in there, including a nice transition that we've seen before into the Styles Clash. Overall, the match, it went exactly as I anticipated. Again, Joe has this aura about him when he's wrestling that it's just like he's too cool to fucking be there, but he's still a badass at the same time. Like I dig it. It's something that's different in wrestling, and he's kept up with this so long, and he's now hit this stride in his career to where we didn't think he'd be wrestling anymore when he was in WWE. We thought he was retired and done.
Well, they made him a GM. They made him a GM.
Yeah. To still see Joe perform at this level and to get his flowers to be able to fight top guys again, put him in a match with Will Ospreay, who's on fire with AEW right now. It was a really good match for me. Again, I made sure I didn't miss a thing in that one. Will Ospreay did take the win and is moving forward to the next round of the Owen Hart Cup. JC, start with you, man. What do you think? What do you think of?
I like that Joe is at that point in his career, and I like when I see veterans get to the point in their career where it doesn't matter if they win or lose, they're still over. The crowd loves them. So, Joe, great competitor, has always been a great competitor. one of the biggest badasses ever. Still, if he wanted to kick the snot out of somebody, he would, and not even think about it. Guy gives me ECW vibes every time he's in the ring. So love Joe, but I mean, Ospreay's not 100% yet to me. He's not back to Ospreay shape. So and his shoulders are sagging. I need him to get back to the gym. So.
Well, Ospreay's probably will never be back to his original shape. We know now he's going to bring out some of the old stuff and do some crazy stunts, but he's going to be fighting a lot more conservative now as well. Terrified to see what's going to happen to him if he goes through another injury. It might be his last. He's one of those guys like Kenny Omega where you're just scared as shit that like their next match can be their last match, any match, if they do the fucking wrong thing. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully.
Hey, you know what? Best way to avoid doing that, not do all the stupid shit.
But that's what the people like him for.
Okay,
think about it this way: if Stone Cold stopped doing the stunner, what the fuck? You'd be like, you'd be pissed.
Stone Cold wasn't doing a tope off the freaking top rope. Stone Cold was stomping mud holes and flipping birds.
Stone Cold's also not called the aerial assassin.
Exactly. It's not his gimmick.
He could be a regular assassin. He doesn't need to do the air crap. And he can prolong his career by 20 years.
Imagine if Stone Cold came out and said, fuck beer, I'm doing it with water. Let's go.
Actually, that'd be fucking hysterical.
We all be out here fucking splashing water bottles on ourselves? Fuck you, man.
I'll go.
Trust me.
That leads into what we're going to see, which is my prediction for the finals. The next match was another Owen Hart quarterfinals match between Swerve Strickland and the ROH World Champion Bandito. Now, again, this match was originally announced to be an ROH World Title match. They retracted that the following week and just made it an Owen Hart quarterfinals match for the Cup. And we got to see a pretty interesting match between the two of these guys. I'm a hit or miss with Bandito. I'm not like a huge Bandito guy. I know he's super over in the indie circuit and AEW crowd.
Bandito's hit or miss too.
He is, but Swerve is really strange for me because like he did not look dressed for the show. Like his attire and just he's starting to get a little bit of gut there. He looked like he almost didn't give a shit to fucking show up, but then he put on a hell of a match. Like he did that house call off of Bandito's shoulders that I thought should have been the finish because it was so fucking clean and executed so well. Again, reinventing himself, finding creative ways to transition into spots that we know he's we're familiar seeing him do, but just finding a different way of doing it. I always find great when wrestlers can pull that off. We knew Swerve was going over. We knew Swerve wasn't going to lose this one. But I think the bigger picture here is setting up Swerve versus Ospreay in the finals of this tournament. And I'm hoping that's where it leads to because these two guys in ring together is always magic. Like for me, Meltzer's 7-star when you put these two guys together. What do you guys think about Bandito, though? Did he hold his own against Swerve?
No, Bandito's a joke. He started out, he came back, and we just rewind a year and a half ago or a year ago where Bandito did a missile drop kick off the top rope and knocked himself out. This is just, Bandito looks great. I'm not a fan of the mask. The mask is weird to me, but Bandito looks great. He's a decent wrestler. But when he gets into the ring with somebody at the caliber of Swerve, he melts. I don't think I just think he was overmatched in this, and which made it very. I'm sure it made it very exposed, very very hard for Swerve to do that. And again, I'm #say the finisher. That you're correct. That should have been at that house call. That should have been it, right? That should have been the finish. So. It's like RKOing somebody that jumped off the top turnbuckle and then turning him over and RKOing him again. It makes zero fucking sense to me. But that's kind of what AW does too. They like to say, "Oh, you like this finisher? We got a good reaction. Run it back."
Spot fest.
Yeah.
Spot fest.
The overkill. Less is more sometimes, right? You got that hot spot, just take it home from there.
Bandito, great in AAA, probably a good champion in AAA. To me, out of his element.
Yeah. So next match, guys,
I will beat you.
We got you guys' favorite match of the night. Up next, it was the 4-way women's world championship match between Thekla, Jamie Hayter, Hikaru Shida, and Chris Statlander. Guys, again, this is another one of those matches where we kind of knew where it was going to go. We knew Thekla is on. She's not going. That title's not going anywhere. She's probably, again, the best thing in the women's division right now, which unfortunately is not saying a lot because the women's division is kind of slacking. But again, if you are going to have somebody carry that title, she is going to be the one to do it until you get a return of a Toni Storm or a Mercedes Monroe. I just think you hold off.
Don't say that
for those.
Mercedes Monroe.
It's going to happen, man. I'm sorry.
Who's Mercedes Monroe?
Mercedes Monroe, is that Ethan Carlson?
Oh, Monet. God damn it. Look, shut up, guys. I'm sober. I talk funny when I'm sober, right? Let me get fucking high and then I'll come back.
There's no way any of these dumb bitches should have been in a ring with Thekla. That's bottom line. Thekla. This honestly, I'm not a fan of Chris Statlander, but I think this was a decent match. This was, to me, one of the top 2 matches of the night. So
I feel very shitty that you say that because I pulled a Scotty and I used it as my time to pull the trash to the curb and I kind of stepped out of the house. I'm sorry, I did. The match started and it didn't start off like I was like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna go take care of some house chores really quick. Been a lot of wrestling in the past 2 days. Let me go step aside.
First off, whose bullshit HOA makes him take the garbage out on a Sunday night? Come on.
Monday morning, trash, man.
Yeah, same here.
Hey.
You need a better development.
Yeah.
I got to take the garbage outside.
Why didn't you take the trash out and take the entire TV and just throw it in the trash can with AEW on it?
Damn. Shit. All right. Let's keep going because I want to wrap this up so we can keep moving.
Please, please.
Here's another highlight for you: the Stadium Stampede match between everybody who used to be in WWE and
the rest of
New Japan versus
that match went as long as this review
versus the rest of the catering table.
Versus the rest of the catering, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of did the same thing in this match. I watched a little bit. I saw some spots. But I was distracted during this one because I really didn't have much of interest in it. So what did you guys find entertaining in this match? We knew it wasn't going to be like a wrestling match. We knew it was going to be all over the place. We got restrictions from New York too, so they cut out a lot of what they were planning on doing, which I find stupid because again, New York's regulations, like where the fuck you're working. Like, why didn't you plan for that beforehand? So I found that very comical, but again, it just shows like the lack of attention to detail sometimes when they're putting some of this shit together. But JC, what'd you think, man? What'd you think? What was your moments in this match other than the Sabu tribute during the boss table?
I did like that. I enjoyed
only thing I liked.
the 2-ply in my bathroom because that's where I spent this match. Wiping my ass. I refused to watch this match. I couldn't, if the smell wasn't so bad, I would have stayed in there longer. But this match was absolutely garbage. I hate these stadium stampedes. This is not wrestling. This is a level on your video game that you click on when you're trying to get extra points for your created character. I don't need to see golf carts or horses. I don't need to see baseball bats. I don't need to see anybody getting DDT'd into a fucking sand pit. I don't need any of that bullshit. That's not wrestling. Take your stadium stampede and shove it straight up your candy ass.
And on top of that, we also don't want to see Jericho, the Bucks, the rest of the catering table. We just don't want to see.
I'm okay with seeing these guys, just not in this scenario.
I
let the Charmin do the talking for me for that.
That was the 10-star Meltzer match.
Oof.
Well, my whole thought is that this again oversaturated. Like you don't need this many people. Like there's so many people in one match. You got
like 8
Bucks,
different
Omega, the Hurt Business, all on one team with Jericho. Like, man, just one team could have been a match itself. But like, that's how many people were involved in the situation. It was just way too much.
I don't like cinematic matches. I feel like this is like a cinematic match.
No, I can't say that either, though, because I love the Firefly Funhouse and I love the Taker AJ Styles.
Oh, the Taker AJ Styles was terrible.
Yeah,
that was terrible.
Horrifying.
Oh, I
no,
like the Sting Darby, or I like the Sting cinematic. Get out of here. There was this bullshit.
I liked it.
If you can't wrestle anymore, you can't compete anymore. Don't fucking compete. I don't need.
Kick him out of the chat. Kick him out of the chat. We don't want to talk to him anymore.
This isn't about them, but I'm just gonna say this shit. If you need a good out for
fuck him, he's gone. I am not doing this bullshit anymore. We're not talking about this fucking.
Moving on.
He's back.
All right. I'm moving on. Fuck you guys. Because you're talking about my guy.
AK, tell us something nice about Stadium Stampede.
The match ended. I don't know. Moving on. Fuck that. But look, going back to a quick reference because this is what the main event reminded me of a little bit. You said video game and you hit spot on. When I watch AEW, I think the thing that challenges us classic conventional wrestling fans is that AEW is like playing a video game when you put the strength level with the handicap on. You know how you can do in Street Fighter where you got 100% health and you can do the 150? That's what these guys wrestle at. They fight at that 150% health bar and they do crazy shit to each other that should have ended a match 5 minutes into the goddamn match. We go into Darby Allin versus MJF, title versus hair match. Again, it was very clear when they put the fucking hair on the line what the result was going to be. We had all these fucking basement dwellers like, oh, MJF's going to be a cancer patient in a movie, so he's going to shave his head. And I'm like, who the fuck told you that? Like, who the fuck are you going to...
I love it.
Sources say, who the fuck are your sources? There are no sources. It's your dumbasses trying to fucking write your own stories and come up with bullshit conclusions.
Ricochet.
We knew what the fuck was going to happen.
Wait a minute, AK, weren't you the one writing those from your basement? I'm pretty
Ricochet,
sure there was something you were posting.
First of all, I'm in Florida. We don't have fucking basements in Florida. Second of all,
it's called an alligator pit.
Second of all, it's exactly gator pit.
There's sources. I heard there's sources where a project source from Lowe's. You could buy your toilet today for $100.
Shameless plugs. No.
Yep,
but look,
you want to get me with a Stadium
Allin.
Stampede? I'm gonna fix it right now. Remember when Sammy Guevara got run over by the golf cart?
That wasn't even a Stadium Stampede. That was just a.
It was.
That was
Stadium Stampede.
Yeah, it was. It was the first one.
No, somebody ran him over. I think it was Kenny.
No, it was a lights out.
No,
Jericho.
No, it was
Matt Hardy. You guys are both wrong.
Omega versus Jericho and Sammy. It was just a lights out match or whatever.
No.
It was Stadium Stampede.
You're wrong.
Jacksonville.
I thought
if you want to get me involved, if you want to keep me into this, when Sammy got run over by that golf cart, if every Stadium Stampede after that they showed Sammy still laying there, I'd fucking be in for it.
That'd be the way to save it, I guess.
I need good callbacks. Good callbacks where it's at in wrestling.
With the
Fuck the Stadium Stampede match. Let's move on because I can't talk about that shit anymore. Fuck that shit. Back to MJF and Darby. That could have been a Stadium Stampede match. The way fucking Darby was taking these goddamn bumps. This motherfucker went for that suicide dive and fucking crashed and burned. And again, I'm telling you, he's another one of these guys that he's fucking Mr. Jackass and invincible, but it's going to take one fucking move to break this kid's neck. He's a fucking 110 pounds. And I'm telling you, he's going to die in the fucking ring one day. And it's going to be the saddest fucking story in the world. But I think he wants it. I think he's like...
I think he does too.
I don't know. He talked Jeff Hardy into taking a bump on the stairs. So I give him some credit.
So look.
Yeah, and we're Jeff
MJF
up
now,
after that.
Our new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, fuck. Look, listen, guys.
Sorry.
Darby had a good little run. He did everything you would expect the underdog champion to do. He gave a nice little short story of the fighting champion. Every week, I'm going to fight. Cool shit, bro. But we knew it couldn't last long because, again, it would have killed Darby off if he would have held the title longer. we would have got tired of seeing the shit, and most of us didn't want to see it anyways.
I got tired of
Again,
seeing it the first night. I got tired of it
I'm
the
not
first
one of those
night.
people. Look, again, I think that Darby's one of the few cases where, you know, they talked about his development. We knew they wanted to develop him to this for 5 years now. They finally did it. He had his little run. Now you move forward with his career. I would never give him the world title back, but it's nice to say that he went to that level and he did it. Now he can go down and fight Takeshita, and he can fight Moxley, and he can take those mid-card titles and do something with them. I think that's a better direction for Darby.
So he can go back to the TNT title.
Yeah, I mean, why not? TNT title, again, that's his realm. But at least now you can say a world champion caliber in Darby Allin is bringing up this mid-card, which he can do. But that'd be the only thing I can see him doing going forward. MJF, on the other hand, again, I think he's hitting this ceiling right now where we're not going to see anything great. He's going to be doing fucking open challenges coming up soon. So he's going to be fighting random fucking people every week now. I don't like it. He's fighting Roosh next week.
Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching.
Belt on Orange Cassidy. Let's do it.
Yeah, I won't watch it anymore.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna put this out there. AK, you were trying to give away one of your figs last week. I'm gonna give away right now. If we get to 1,200 subs by the end of this weekend, I'm gonna get a Darby Allin tattoo on my shoulder.
Oh, you don't want to do the? You don't want to do it? All right.
No, next time I'll do the Darby. I'm doing the Darby tattoo on my back or somewhere. Not on my neck.
You got to do full chest.
I can't be full chest. It's only 1,200. If we get to 5,000, I'll do full chest.
I gave way too much time to AEW, but overall a great show. Again, I don't know where I definitely agree with JC. I stack it over WrestleMania Night 1 for sure. Again, one of their better shows. They do know how to hit on pay-per-views, but we're going to go into a little bit later on what they're lacking. But for now, let's take a quick recap. Rick, you want to give us a little Monday Night Raw review?
Yeah, let's quickly go over Raw.
It all sucked. End of review.
We got it's official. Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi for Clash in Italy. This Oba signs that contract. Let's see here. We got the announcement that Logan Paul tore his tricep. Joe Hendry sings a song about firing Logan Paul yet again, and Austin Theory goes ham and beats the shit out of him with a chair. I think our first match tonight, Bayley and Lyra Valkyria defeat the Judgment Day in a tag team match. God, I hope they put the tag titles on one of those two groups. Like, just get them off.
Sorry, Scotty, were you just taking a piss in the corner of your room?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. LA Knight comes out and he reveals.
I'm sorry. I like to piss all over AEW after listening to a review like that. So continue.
LA Knight reveals he's going to enter the King of the Ring tournament because he's going after Roman in the world title. Him and Jimmy Uso have a little beef between the whole Bloodline situation. And LA Knight's not too happy with that. Tells him he doesn't want to see Jimmy become his errand boy again. Seth Rollins defeats Montez Ford in a decent match. Afterwards, Theory goes ham on Angelo Dawkins with the chair, and it looks like Rollins and Tez come to a little bit of an agreement that they need to team up probably to take out what's left of the Vision.
Yeah. So look, I'll say this: Montez Ford pairing with Seth Rollins, great match to have on Monday Night Raw. We got to see Montez Ford, show a little bit of his singles work, and again with the caliber of Seth Rollins and the level he's at, I thought it was a good match to book. I thought the match itself was really solid. Probably my second favorite match of the night. I really, really, really liked that Jovan Evans versus Penta match. That was absolutely fire.
I think I skipped
I think you did too. I'm sorry. But we did see Jovan Evans and Penta go at it. Jovan again came up a little bit short, but man, that finish was solid. And again, the way that they just did bang, 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 like that's how I always feel like you should end the match on a high, especially with a nice little realistic back and forth. And that's what that was. Counter after counter. The sequence was really solid. And then we got to see Jovan Evans show a little frustration at the end of the match. Again, people were saying, they're like, oh, it's going to be a heel turn. I don't think it's a fucking heel turn. I think that we're just seeing a 20-year-old, 21-year-old frustrated because he's not hitting it at this moment. He lost the match at Mania. He lost the title shot again. You're seeing frustration, but I think that's the energy it's going to take for him to win the title. He has to step it up a notch. He has to be more aggressive. He has to do things a little bit more intense if you're going to make it believable for him to beat a guy like Penta, who's been on a hot streak, who to me can't do any wrong right now and has elevated the IC title higher than anybody has in a very long time. Exactly. I think he's made the IC title a must-watch championship for Monday Night Raw, and he brings viewers to the show 110%. And if it's not the younger demographic, it's for the guys like me who've been keeping up with him most of his career, except for Jason, because he's leaving because we're talking about Penta.
I'm not leaving.
He's stretching his old ass out.
JC just got a cramp in his hammy.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, he got a cramp in his hammy. I do love that these idiots online say, "Oh man, he's showing emotion. He must be getting ready to turn heel." That's not really how it works.
Yeah. So moving on, Penta issues a challenge that he wants to face Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. If this would have happened like 10 years ago, I'd say, yeah, right now with like halfway retired Rey, the new AAA general manager Rey, I really don't want to see it.
What did you think of his match with Rusev? Did you think that Rey
skipped through most of it because I really didn't give a shit about that part of it?
Okay.
So I skipped through
I was
that.
saying this. Rey's still moving really solid. And for his age and where he should be retiring, I think that him and Penta are two Mexican icons. And this is a match that we've seen in the past in other companies, but we're now getting it on WWE. So this is one of the biggest international matches WWE can put on. And between two legends of their country, I think this is a great booking on WWE's behalf. And I think that, again, if you talk about like even entrances themselves, like this can be like a big fight feel for the IC title, which we need right now. What do you think, man? JC, what do you think about this Rey Mysterio Penta match coming up?
Did not watch it. Did not know it was coming up. I did not get a chance to watch all of Raw, so and I didn't hear it.
Well, now you know. What do you think about it?
Up right now for some reason.
God, old fuckers ruined the show.
Anyway, so yeah, Mysterio's getting the title shot. He beat Rusev, and then Ethan Page and Rusev jump him at the end, and Dragon Lee comes out to make the save. Adam Pearce tells Austin Theory to hit the bricks and go home. He's not needed. It looks like Maxine Dupree is kind of with Theory. I guess. I don't know. Don't really care. Then we get the contract signing. Hey, Mr. Puffers, for Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns. They apparently made their bond in blood or whatever. So they stood there face to face and head to head at the end after the contract signing. Jacob Fatu says he's going to dog walk his ass and become the world champion. And after, and then Roman said, if he doesn't dog walk his ass, he's going to be the servant of Roman Reigns. I kind of like what they're doing with this. I would love to see a swerve and see them put the title on Jacob Fatu and have him run roughshod on Raw. But then again, I don't know. I almost feel it's too soon for that kind of stuff. And I want to see what happens once he's under, has to be Roman's servant. But he says it's a win-win because if he loses, then he's Roman's servant. He doesn't get fired. So,
okay, here's where they should go with this. All right, Tribal Combat. shouldn't be for the title. It should be for the Ulafala. Because then
Well, basically is.
No, it's for the title. So here's what
Yeah,
here's
but
what happens.
Roman did
No.
say if he wins, he's the new tribal
Head of the
chief.
table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they should split this. This should be a non-title match, and it should be for the Ulafala only. And here's why. Because what happens? Jacob wins the Ulafala. He becomes tribal chief. He then runs roughshod even without the title because he's got the title of tribal chief, so he can do whatever he wants. But
Yeah.
Roman still has the belt.
That makes sense for the thing because he wants the title.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
said
okay,
wants
that's what they're setting up. Here's what I'm saying what they should do. Because then if you have the Ulafala and the Ulafala on one guy and the title on the other, then there's got to be something really settled here because now one guy still claims that he is the man because he's got the belt around his waist, but the other guy's got the Ulafala, so he's claiming to be the man. So who really is the man? One final match to settle it all. Title, Ulafala, boom, done.
Now, listen, this is what I think should happen. Obviously, I think Jacob should lose. I like him joining the bloodline, and then Roman can let Jacob loose, and then Jacob can do Jacob and be the enforcer like Solo was the last go around, but just on a way more intense level. Now you have an opportunity to fucking make the bloodline a little bit more brutal, and you have a shot now to tell more story. You could sit here and, I don't know if you guys heard what happened at House of Glory, but Zillow Fatu retained the world title, but after the match, laid down the title and signaled that he was leaving. So my prediction is that we see Zillow here at Clash of Italy, and I think Zillow is going to cost Jacob the match, but only because he wants to strengthen the bloodline to unite everybody, and then we're going to get this 5-man bloodline, hopefully work into a story with MFTs, and we get a fucking super mega bloodline. Sounds absolutely insane, but I fucking am here for it. And I love the storytelling and the way they built this match with both of their heads touching, and this is like a pact between the bloodline of like, either way, it's a win-win. Our family's in the main event. Our family's going to move forward. We're going to have the title, and we're going to be unified regardless. At the end of this match, we get a unified bloodline to another level. So I fucking love this story. This is probably one of the only stories in professional wrestling that is deep for me right now. Everything else seems very surface level. So yes, I'm fucking greenlighting this. This is the reason to watch this pay-per-view on this weekend. It's literally the number one reason to watch the show.
It sounds to me like they're running out of options. We just ran this match. We're going to run it back again in another pay-per-view. Again, it just seems like they're running out of
internationally, though. It's a big fight for the international crowd. You think about it, like, yes, we did see the match for TV, but how do you give that international crowd a big fight feel, like a WrestleMania style match, for them to want to buy and invest for them to come back in the future? So I think this is a great match to make your marquee match. When
it comes to storyline stuff, I just feel like we're running out of options, and we've had 2 pay-per-views. Actually, really, if you count Saturday Night's Main Event, we've had multiple pay-per-views here within the last month. And why are we running this same storyline, basically story back? So, and is this predictable also? Is Roman going to lose this match? No, and it doesn't give us any feel like Roman has no shot at winning this match.
I don't think we're worried about the result. I think we're more interested in what comes after. I think we know what's going to happen, but we want to see, again, if we get Zillow, if we get this unified bloodline, how does Jacob act and how is he going to move forward with his character after being submissive to the tribal chief? So I think these are all things that it's one of those stories like, yeah, it's predictable, but sometimes that's okay with wrestling. It's like a movie. Like if Thanos didn't lose an Endgame and he won again, then it'd be like, damn, what the fuck? We just ran it back for nothing, But here, it's like, hey, we know that there's so much to come afterwards. That's just my take. But Speaking of that,
let's talk about that. Let's get into our Clash at Italy picks. Why not?
let's do it.
I think Jason lost his mic.
I think you did too.
What can he hear?
I think he just lost everything.
All right, well, somebody's gonna have to sing your music then, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I got the picks page or the match page up, so I don't know what he's doing.
Good job,
Can you hear us,
Jason.
man? Are you there? All right, technical difficulties on Hardway Wrestling.
Can you do Morse code, Jason? Can you do Morse code?
Just do
We're
Braille.
live, pal.
Knock on your head a few times if you can do Morse code.
Just do Braille. It's easier.
Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's gone. All right. So you know what? Fuck it. Let's just move on. Go ahead. Let's go to the picks.
Clash at Italy. We got the women's intercontinental title, Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca, after their Saturday night main event match last week. Who you got there, AK?
Sol Ruca, and it's time to tell this story. Like I said, Jessica Carr, I believe, will be involved in the finish.
Always. Scotty.
Angel Soft will get the win on this one because I will be wiping my ass with whoever wins.
You don't use Scott single ply?
No, I don't use Scott single ply.
You don't use Scott's?
even though it is my own brand of toilet paper, it's just too rough on the ass.
Ain't that the truth?
No, but I'll call Sol Ruca. So,
all right.
Jason, who you got?
Becky to retain.
Okay.
I'm back. I think my cramps have gone. You ever see the guy get cramped doing podcasting? That's so crazy. Right? It's not even my time of the month.
I was about to say, you manstrating.
I get hurt in a chair.
I'm also.
I tell you what, I'll be honest with you. My left leg, and I don't think I'm out of the woods yet. If I come jumping up out of this motherfucker, you'll know. But my left leg got a cramp in the hammy, and I was like, okay, I'll just stretch it out. And I scoot down to my chair, and then my other leg inside got a cramp. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fall down the steps.
Jason would be the new poster child for one of them life alert things.
Yeah.
I podcasted and I can't get up.
I need that t-shirt.
I got Sol Ruca winning this. Jessica Carr is going to cost Becky this title, and I think we're going to get a Becky versus Jessica Carr program at some point here soon. Moving on, Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar, Part B.
Why the fuck would Jessica Carr get in the ring?
She's been training.
She's a trained wrestler. Yeah, she used to be a wrestler. Yeah, she's not. No. We never got the GM versus the GM. We're not getting this one. Go ahead.
She's not gonna fight, but she'll be involved in the finish for sure. But what would you say the next match was?
Oba and Brock, Part 2.
Oh, Brock all the way, 100%.
Brock's
gonna fuck him up big time. It's gonna be crazy.
Scotty.
Oba to squash Brock a second time, going into the retirement match at SummerSlam against Gunther, where Gunther's going to squash him a third time.
Nope, they're not going to bury him like that before. He's lost in a row.
I'm on Brock's side for this one. I think Brock wins this. And
if you're saying that it doesn't matter internationally, it doesn't matter. Maybe Oba goes over again.
I think that's why they signed Brock up to come back for the international pay. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu tribal combat for the world title. Who you got, AK?
Tribal chief, the one and only, and will remain still the tribal chief.
AK, I thought you were doing a prostate exam for a sec.
No, that'll be like this. Boy Scout way. Oh, host.
Scotty.
Oh, God. Honestly, you know what? Just to be different and just to be contrary, Jake. I'm going Jacob. Fuck Roman Reigns. He's an idiot. So
Wow. All right. Time out for him for next
Yeah.
remainder of the show. He's off.
Oof. WWE Women's Championship, Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. I don't care about this match, really.
I think they give it back to Jade. I think Jade takes the title back.
I feel
And
like
I think
you're right. I feel like you're right.
Yeah, I think we're going to see it go back and forth a little bit, which they haven't done with the title in a while, where they, did that, in the middle of the rivalry, play hot potato. But I think this is the one to do it for. I think them putting Jade over last Saturday Night Main Event was a good call. We kind of see this, how it's playing out. And then I think it could lead into Jade winning the title. And then Jade versus Charlotte is a match that I think is going to be on some PLE in the very near future. And I know you guys hate the concept of it, but I think that, again, it's a high-profile match that we need to see this year, for sure.
I think
the Toxic Avenger versus the Botch Queen.
I think B-Fab and Meechin get involved. Charlotte and Alexa come out. Charlotte ultimately costs Rhea the belt.
Yes.
Jason?
I agree.
I mean, that's possible, but I just don't think they're going to give Jade 2 pins in a row over Rhea. So give me Rhea.
Scotty?
Rhea, all the way. My girl is going over. She's not taking another pin from the Botch Queen.
It's not
Well, let me ask you
diarrhea
guys a
going
question.
over.
Did you guys think that Rhea and Charlotte got along too well at Saturday Night's Main Event? Because, again, if they get along too well there, then there's going to be more friction come Italy, right?
Yeah, I don't think
I
don't think you can show these two. They don't want that to be the story yet.
But I think that's where they were teasing in the beginning. They brought us back away from it. And then if she costs her the title, then we kind of get drawn back into that. And then now you can have Jade fight somebody else in the middle and then have this story between Rhea and Charlotte develop more with Alexa in the middle. Let that simmer a little bit as we go through the summer until you build to a Jade title defense against one of the three of them. Which I think Jade defend against Alexa in the midst of the story too, because when she beats up Alexa, then it tells more for Charlotte to have to chase. So it's just the dynamic I could see them weaving into this.
I like it.
I got you.
Scotty's for diarrhea and Angel Sauce.
I'm good on that.
WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes defends against Gunther. Who you got, AK?
Well, I think it's on the first hour, isn't it? On the free hour?
I just went in order on the
I think
thing
that
here,
match was
so
announced as a free match.
I just went in order of the site that I was on.
Yeah, no. I wasn't criticizing your order. I was just saying, I think the reason why I think Gunther is going to possibly Gunther's only lost championship singles matches to date in WWE since being on the main roster. So actually, I think NXT too. I think it backs NXT. So if he's going to lose, this would be a match that Gunther will lose. But I have a strong feeling that WWE is starting to have that vibe about Cody right now. Cody seems to not be pulling his weight. We're seeing the WWE championship become the secondary title, and he's kind of fizzling right now. So he needs a little bit of an underdog scenario to build himself back up. So I think this is an opportunity to give Gunther this world title. But I also think that it's a little early for Gunther to take it. I think Gunther, when he gets to the WWE title, it should be at a WrestleMania, not in Italy. So I'm on the fence about it, but I'm going to take Gunther against my better judgment.
Yeah, they tend not to do anything crazy overseas. I think the Italy crowd would go for Gunther winning the title here. It might be, might be a really good pop. Beat down the bad America.
Europe, yeah.
I'm going Gunther here. I really not a great build, not the greatest build. I believe maybe no. I'm not even going to try to speculate. I just think Gunther is going over here with no help from Royce Keys.
Yeah,
Scotty?
Gunther's going over. Cody's retiring.
I got Gunther going over Sami Zayn is gonna cost Cody this title, and then going forward it'll be Sami versus Cody in a program, and Gunther will take on Royce Keys probably first, knock him out.
I like that.
God, I'm praying Randy Orton comes back at some time, and I don't care if he's face, heel, or a motherfucking blob, alien, whatever. Just let this motherfucker get number 15 off of Gunther. Somebody, anybody.
Still
but
waiting on it.
Cody's run, this run is lackluster. The fans have been turning on him since before Mania, and I think we're just all tired of Cody.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. We could have ran the same thing with Randy winning at Mania and then going into Clash, Randy versus Gunther. It could have ran the same exact way, just replacing Cody with Randy. And we would have probably been looking forward to it a lot more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you get Randy, you put Randy in that spot, and it's Gunther versus Randy, and then everybody's talking about, oh, is this going to be the one where Randy is retiring? Right?
Exactly.
Gunther beat Randy at in the King of the Ring finals when they started that back up, and beat him for the world title.
Yep. All right. So
I just got a message from a fan who was watching. They said, just your show just popped up on YouTube. It's happy to see you guys back. We've been back for a little while. And I almost didn't recognize Ricky without his hoodie hat.
It's because it's getting a little hot in here, so I had to take the hood off.
When did Kratos join the chat? But guys, so is that Clash? Is that all the matches for Clash?
That's all the Clash I got.
All right. So I do apologize because I'm rewinding a little bit before we go into our next segment. King of the Ring. I just wanted to address that earlier when we were talking about Monday Night Raw, King of the Ring matches. King of the Ring was my favorite pay-per-view growing up, but I hate the fact that we don't get it as a pay-per-view and a one-night tournament. It used to be so good watching somebody go through that gauntlet throughout the night. You talk about Stone Cold, you talk about Triple H winning it, Owen Hart, Bret Hart. All of those tournaments were iconic, and I think that we are missing the one-night tournament pay-per-view. I would love to see them bring it back to the old format to get it back to its prestige.
On 3, favorite King of the Ring. 1, King of the Ring winner. 1, 2, 3.
Stone Cold.
Austin.
Viscera.
Stone Cold.
You say Viscera?
It was King Mabel. It was
King Mabel. Yeah.
King Mabel. Yeah. Give me Mabel. Give me Mabel for the win. All right. That was I didn't get to play his bumper.
It's time for Rick's It's time for Rick's.
That's right. It was time for Rick's Picks. Now it's over. So where are we at now, AK? Where are we at now?
Right now, we are going to move over to some pizza cutter news.
Oh, it's pizza cutter news.
Oh.
Don't do that on there. Darby might get some ideas.
Pizza cutter news. All right, a lot of litigation going on in wrestling. We've got some litigation. So Gunther bonded out Ludwig Kaiser out of jail. You guys know last week Ludwig had an incident where he liked to put his hands on people, and he ended up he turned himself in. So Gunther was one who.
It also, sorry to cut you off. It also inspired my boy Josh Jacobs, running back of the Green Bay Packers. He also put his hands on somebody, apparently still under investigation, and turned himself in, but he's already been released.
Gotcha. Josh Jacobs, great tight end. Great running back for the Raiders. There was
for the Packers.
Well, he used to be a Raider. There was an update on the arrest of Marcel Bartel, who is Ludwig Kaiser, or wait a minute, what is this? El Grande Americano. What did they put that in there for? I didn't even read that.
Typo.
It must be a mistake. Had a physical altercation with another male in Florida, and it led to him being arrested. Good for you, by the way. Stay out of the way of wrestlers. You might get knocked the fuck out. Court records show that Bartel's longtime friend and fellow WWE talent Gunther bailed him out. Gunther's real name, Walter, What if he showed up in like Big Walter gear, big fat guy? Did Scotty disappear? Scotty disappeared.
With a bodysuit on.
You turn the light on. so you can see.
I'd be down for that. Named Walter paid Bartel's $1,000 bond. The pre-trial conference for the case is scheduled for July 16th. Bartel was granted permission by the judge to proceed over the case. Who proceeded over the case, and he could travel within the U.S. and international. Bartel wrestles in Lucha Libre AAA as El Grande Americano. Way to give up the business.
Yeah, $1,000 or 1,000 pesos.
1,000 pesos would probably be a little bit easier to cover.
Like $10.
He is taking on the original El Grande Americano in a mask versus mask match. So way to give up the business.
Fake news.
Yeah, fake news.
Pretty much.
So Kaiser couldn't afford $1,000.
No, he just got support from the General.
Okay, the Bail General. so
look, a lot of people are speculating that this story is a work because of some things that unraveled afterwards. Apparently, it was a comment made against the young lady he was with, hoping that she gets deported by ICE, somewhere along those lines. So now it looks like he's the hero in the scenario. Again, I thought the whole time that it was one of those situations where some guy was being a prick and he was just defending this woman. Like I just have this vibe from Kaiser that's how it would have went. And it sounds like it did go that way. So again, you're getting these stupid fucking basement dwellers like, oh, it's a work and it's bullshit. I'm like, this fucking court document's stupid. Like the fucking courts aren't going to be like, oh, we're going to help you sell tickets, motherfuckers. Yeah. Like, shut the fuck up.
Judge Wapner is trying to get into the WWE Hall of Fame. So
yeah, right. Like, fuck. If you told me Mills Lane was doing the trial,
even is.
Mills
I bet
Lane.
AK does know who Judge Wapner is.
Tell me Judge Judy is doing it, I'll believe you. But fuck, not this way.
All right. Joseph Henning, Curtis Axel was arrested for DWI. Court records show that former WWE talent Joseph Henning, Curtis Axel, not Americano Grande. I would probably believe that before I believe that Ludwig was arrested after he was driving while intoxicated in Anoka County, Minnesota. He drove while intoxicated through a McDonald's drive-thru. How many times have you driven drunk into a McDonald's drive-thru? A lot, right? I mean, you can't really. The guy was trying to
caught.
Yeah, and who turned him in?
I thought he reversed into the car behind him and then fled the scene or something.
I'll get that. I think Jeb Coulter turned him in. He drove intoxicated through McDonald's drive-thru, backed his vehicle into another, and was physically combative with the law enforcement. The officers at the scene found the open bottle of vodka, that's hardcore, in his truck. Henning refused to take a breathing test. Nope, it's a breath test. And hurled slurs and profanities as he refused. My God.
He's got a case of the Ric Flairs.
So
I heard the aristocrat vodka too.
Curtis Axel is the new Chud the Builder. Below are the charges that he was hit with. Traffic DUI, third-degree driving while impaired, refused to submit to a chemical test. Traffic DWI, refused to submit to a chemical test, breath or test refusal or failure. Obstacle legal possession. Obstruct legal procession, lawful executive legal processes, traffic open bottle. I think my mouth is having a fucking cramp.
Oh, so you have Tourette's? What the fuck's happening?
Motherfucker.
And you guys thought I was stupid.
Motherfucker.
I know, right?
Traffic,
obviously somebody went to the wrong school.
Law possession crime described. Traffic accident driver involved fails to stop for accidental property, no injury. Henning was arrested on May 17th and was released on the 19th. Henning was released by the WWE in 2020 And he was there since 2007. Do we care about Curtis Axel? Is his dad rolling over in his grave?
Yes.
Wait, the worst third generation wrestler of all time. He is so fucked up because out of every single second, third, any generational wrestler, none of them had a father that was perfect except for him. And he fucked it up.
Yeah.
He fucked it up.
Wow.
With the perfect dad. It's crazy.
Some of the dads in wrestling never came back.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I heard that it was an aristocrat bottle because he's been a little broke lately. So it was that cheap.
100% it was Stoli. It was some kind of Stoli or Smirnoff.
I was going to say Fleischmann's.
Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. All right. Last one.
Fuck Curtis Axel.
There's a lot of legal words in this, so bear with me while I go sped off here. Vince McMahon and Nick Khan sanctioned by judges in the WWE merger lawsuit. Vince's start over. Have a drink. Vice Counselor J. Travis Leister, great name by the way, found that Vince McMahon and the WWE president Nick Khan destroyed evidence in the merger lawsuit. What? These guys are dirty? According to filing by Brandon Thurston at Post Wrestling, the court will treat 5 damaging facts that was brought up in the case versus Khan and McMahon. Here are the things. Emmanuel's promises to provide Vince McMahon with a continued role in post-merger company at a transactional influence Vince's decision making with respect to the merger. So Vince was still going to be in charge in some. And remember when Vince stepped down and all this shit was going on, we were like, this still has shades of Vince McMahon all over it. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, and so he was still kind of in charge. Manuel's
we knew that.
I can't even say that word. That's a huge word. Pending federal investigation. All right, fuck all that. They destroyed evidence.
There you go.
There's a bunch of text and a bunch of emails that were deleted. Stephanie McMahon also involved in this. Who else is involved? Triple H also involved in destroying evidence. So, gentlemen, are we surprised about this? The Helmsleys and the McMahons lying and covering up stuff. Are we surprised about this?
No.
No. So, more to come on this. Love Vince News. I would like them to do them. I would like to do Vince News in a coloring book from now on because these words are way too big for me to fuck with today.
You better get a lot of the color brown for the shitty stuff in that coloring book.
True story. So that is your
or green if you like baby shit.
Wait, the last piece of kind of news is never let JC use a teleprompter because he would fuck that one up. No.
I was glad you didn't say transsexual when you were saying trans. Where the hell you said?
No one got shit on in the process of me reading that besides the viewers.
All right, guys. I know we ran a little long. It's an hour and a half in, but I got one really hard-hitting question for everybody in this group and everybody watching. Please add your comments in on this conversation here because it is a really interesting question. In professional wrestling today, are storylines still alive? Do we like the stories we're running, or is storytelling just a dead art in the world of sports entertainment and professional wrestling? What do you guys think? Do you think that we are still captivated by great storytelling in 2026? Do we think it's essential to wrestling? Do we think it's needed for what we see in other companies of focusing just on match quality over storytelling?
It is essential to have a good story to be able to follow and keep you intrigued in the week by week, whereas Tony Khan throws darts at a wall and matches his matches up every week. Very little, I guess, story in pretty much anything Tony Khan does. Some stories need to be put together better, but I get it. You run into obstacles like injuries, or you book yourself into a corner like you do with The Fiend in the past. But really the best storyline over the last probably 5 years, hands down, has been the Bloodline and Cody Rhodes chasing the story. And
Yeah.
that kept us intrigued for what, 3 years? 2-3 years since
Almost
Cody's
5.
return.
I would put that up, and I know this is going to be a hot take here, but I would put up Blake Monroe and Tony Storm's storyline too. I really loved that one. I thought that was a great story between the two of them. Do what?
Scotty rolled his eye.
Oh, his eye, yeah.
I rolled
I
my
knew that was
eye
coming
to my
once I
Scotties.
brought up women. But I think other than what you had mentioned, I think the other great stories in wrestling did come from Toni Storm. She's just her character herself sold the story. And again, the way they finished that one with the cinematic Hollywood death, and for to see where Blake Monroe's career went after that, it kind of still is that her story is still being told from that story. If you really think about it and connect the two between the two companies. And again, I'm just going to give you guys my take on the whole scenario here. I think storytelling is one of my favorite parts of professional wrestling. When I grew up in the golden era. You know, I'm an 80s baby that watched 90s wrestling. So I was intrigued by the larger-than-life characters. I liked the Ultimate Warrior at the time. You know, I'm sorry. I know he's hated on. Everybody thinks he's a piece of shit. But I liked those guys. I liked Macho Man. I liked Jake the Snake. I like that everybody's character had something to drive their stories. And I think it's a lot what we're lacking today, but I also don't think that it blends well with the modern era. So we do see realistic stories. We had the Hangman versus Swerve. We've seen it get personal. But again, to your point, AEW is, we've referenced this before, it's more of toy box wrestling. You pick out your favorite toys, you put them together, and you make them work. That's what we've been getting majority of the time over there. And I think in the modern era, we're not getting long-term stories because of what you said about injuries. So we're getting bookings of very short-term because
And
they're
I also
scared that
think
if they book too long, they're going to lose out and not hit on the mark. So
I also
we
think
definitely
the internet and social media kind of kills storytelling in a way, because a lot of times podcasts like us predict outcomes before it happens. It circulates, everybody sees it, and sometimes the story writers have said that they've got to put a swerve up because they see
the
what's
Game of
happening.
Thrones syndrome.
It was more fun back in the day where you had to stay tuned. You had to tune in every week to keep up with the story and find out what was happening.
Well, and honestly, when you think about that, is what it's all about. And again, the Bloodline is probably the best story. It's been going over the last however many years. It's simmering right now, and we might get back into it hopefully at some point. But what really got me is, and I'm the one that wanted to bring this subject up. We watch a lot of wrestling. Most of us watch a lot of wrestling. Some of us can't watch it all for whatever reason. But this weekend, I tried to catch up on everything. I didn't get a chance to watch Saturday Night's Main Event, but I went back live. I went back and watched it. I bought the AEW pay-per-view on Sunday. I watched majority of Raw, but I fell asleep because I work. And I watched AEW, most of AEW last night. And I did not watch Collision because I refuse. But it all lacks the exact same thing all across the board. And we can make fun of Tony Khan about whatever he does with his storylines. But I love WWE in there too, because nothing that they're doing. Well, I said it earlier with the Roman versus Fatu. I just it doesn't. It's not compelling to me. Them doesn't make me want to watch the match. There's nothing there that's that is that compelling to make me enjoy or want to see what is next. And that's what it's really all about. And Ricky covered it. Social media has, because everybody's attention spans are so short. I believe that they're marketing to that for sure. Raw probably doesn't get total Raw probably doesn't get the views or the views that a clip from Raw will get. And again, we all take it. We all watch wrestling in pieces or fully, however you watch wrestling. At the end of the day, there's nothing there. They've stopped focusing on long-term storytelling for the most part. They've stopped focusing on short-term story, right? And they just what they do is short term is try to get from one pay-per-view to another, right?
Yeah.
With not sometimes no real build-up, right? Was this Gunther Cody build up?
Seth Rollins
of
at
build-up?
Mania. Gunther Seth Rollins at Mania.
Yeah, they just shoehorn
Well,
because
look.
this guy, he's a name. We're gonna put him out there in front of everybody. But that to me doesn't. I've seen Seth Rollins, I've seen Gunther, I've seen Brock. I saw I put those guys together and give me something. I think the Vision stuff had a real good chance of doing something, but they just keep getting injured. And then Seth gets injured because he's probably the most compelling part, and everybody wants to see Braun Breaker do something. But he is now, they've got Braun Breaker pigeonholed into the same shit all the time where he leaves, he comes back, he spears, he runs around and he spears, he comes back. It's the same time after time. It's the same stuff again. Give me something.
So look, I'll say this. They tried, again, when we talk about short stories, I think they did decent with the CM Punk Roman Reigns situation, for the short time that they had building into their match. It was a weekly view, right? Like you wanted to see their interactions every week. You did tune into that, like I did at least. But I think the last time that we've seen a clear example of WWE's direction was the John Cena heel turn, right? Like we knew that they did a heel turn for the shock factor and for the views. And again, just to throw people that curve, but then they had no fucking idea what they were doing afterwards. And then they had to turn him, like he just transitioned back to baby. And it sucked. It really sucked. It
was all predictable. It was all predictable. We knew he was going to get that 17th world title. We knew he was going to wrestle everybody that he had a huge rivalry with in his golden era. We knew that they were going to give him the Intercontinental title so he could be a Grand Slam. And then we knew the person that was going to close him out was going to be Gunther because that's what Gunther does.
Yeah.
See, and again, like I think the difference is that I'm okay. Again, I've said this a lot. I'm okay with stories being predictable as long as it's telling the story. Again, if it's like a movie, if you can see where it's leading halfway through on who's going to be the victor in the end of the story, right? But this is the problem that we have with a lot of wrestling because of social media is that because shows like us, we predict these things, they feel like they have a need to throw a swerve in just to make us wrong, but it's not necessarily good. Again, I'll use the term, I'm coining the term, the Game of Thrones storytelling. You wait till the last season, you fuck everything up just for shock factor, but not for quality of product.
Do you remember when AJ Styles showed up was it Sammy's house or Joe's house? Who did he showed up at? He showed up hanging out by their mailbox.
LA Knight.
Was it?
It was LA Knight.
No. No way it was LA. No. This
was LA Knight.
This was way before when I thought it was Sammy. Sammy was in there with his kids.
No, that was Kevin Owens. That was Kevin Owens.
Okay. That kind of stuff there. Give me more of that kind of stuff. People hated it, but when Swerve snuck into Hangman's house and was playing with the baby,
it was cringe.
Right?
But
it was cringe. It was cringe at the time, but again, it showed us that this guy is a psycho and he will do anything.
Yeah.
Whose house got burned down?
Yeah.
Right? Was it Swerve's house? Hangman burned down Swerve. Like that kind of stuff there is like, okay, well, what's going to happen next? What's he going to do to this guy next? Right? That kind of stuff I like that. But everything else is kind of like, okay, it is what it is. Scotty, I know you have some thoughts here besides falling asleep. I know you're getting tired.
I'm getting hungry, actually.
He's hangry. Brought to you by Snickers.
Yeah. Betty White.
All right. So here's the deal. Wrestling storytelling, RIP, call the Undertaker, give it a buried alive match. It is done. Buried wrestling storytelling because that is pretty much where we're at. There is no more storytelling. And you guys keep using the term predictable. And part of the problem is the shows like ours, we predict the outcome because they make it so damn predictable. If they didn't make it predictable, and I'm not saying they didn't have to put a swerve in everything, but don't make it so that we can literally come on here and do a prediction show and tell you pretty much every single winner of every single match on WWE. Like, give us something that makes things a little different. Change the ideas of, again, like, swerves don't have to be like for the shock value. Swerves have to be like the idea of a, like, don't even do it as a swerve. Do it as, let's go a completely different way with this storyline so that we can continue it and prolong it and make the story work and make sense in the long run.
Do you know what's crazy? If Gunther wins this weekend, right? We didn't predict it. We're thinking Cody's probably going to retain. But if Gunther
Cody.
wins here, what's that?
We took Cody. I mean, we took Gunther.
You took Gunther.
Okay, but let's be real. Let's be real. You can't. Let's be real. Cody's going to win this. Wins. He's not losing. So if Gunther wins here, we're like, oh my God, I can't believe Gunther really won. Where are they going to go with it? If AEW does that, we're like, what the fuck would they do that for? That makes zero sense. Why has Darby got the title? When they decided they're going to swerve everybody, we shit on it. When WWE doesn't swerve anybody, we shit on it. Like, there's no real happiness.
Gunther is
I
a
don't agree with
stature.
that. Again, maybe Scotty, you can say that about, but I'll say this. I like it if it makes sense. Again, we agreed that if Gunther took it, it would lead to better things. That's all I'm asking for, is what Scotty had mentioned, is like, at least make it progress to something in the future. Don't do it just to do it. Do it for a purpose. And that's all we're asking as fans. We want things with intent. We want action. We want storytelling, development. This is a TV program. I always tell people when they ask me, you as a wrestler, is wrestling fake? I say no. It's predetermined finishes, because what we do out there, we're fucking live stuntmen. There's no fucking second take, but we are fucking live stuntmen telling a story, trying to tell you every week why you should tune into this story, not just because we're fighting each other, but why we are fighting each other. What is our purpose? What is the beef? What is the reason for you to need to be in tune with this story and not miss a beat? Because if you do, you're not going to enjoy it as much as if you did. So that's where.
Let me give you a prime example from the indie circuit. All right, House of Pain Wrestling, LA Knight, Willie Radical, the Radical Stars. They just did a
LA Knight.
Oh, did I say
LA Star?
LA Star. Yeah,
The stars aligned.
Jesus, Jason.
Jay Briscoe's here.
Yeah.
LA Star, Willie Radical, the Radical Stars. They just did a deal where LA turned on Willie. All right. Now, I've been kind of looking at this and like, all right, like, they've been together for a long time as a tag team. It's probably time to do a good split story, but here's where you're going to really pique my interest. When Willie comes out all dejected and angry, like, why did my cousin turn on me? And then LA comes out and really lays down his motivation for why he did it and why he's so pissed off or jealous or this or that or the other thing, whatever his reasoning and motivation is. That, like again, it hasn't happened as of yet, but that's the kind of thing that I'm looking at and I'm thinking, all right, like right now they have me piqued and curious, but now the next question is, where did they go with this story? What is the motivation? What is the reason why LA's so pissed off at Willie? What's gonna drive this story?
LA's looking to beat his Willie.
Well, he's gonna get a Willie to the face. So no, but like I think that's kind of like, I'm just anticipating, wanting to hear what LA's got to say and what Willie's going to say, and see what that next point is going to continue to draw me into that story and push it forward and make me want to come back month after month to see where this is going to go.
So if LA ran a promo every day, ran a new promo about Willie, would you give a shit by the time it got to the point?
No, I'm not
right,
saying that
because
he runs
that's
a
what
promo.
WWE does.
That's what WWE does.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, like, again, that's another problem with WWE is the long, intense promos with no, like, and with action, quote unquote, which is usually the pull aparts. But again, that doesn't get us anywhere. Like, but I still need to know that there is a reason and an idea, and then they do something about it. They make something happen where they talk at one show, then the next show they fight, and then there's and then but something happens in that match or in that fight to make me like, okay, well now I want to come back and see the next what they're going to do next because something happened that didn't get the resolution that I wanted. So now I want to see what they're going to do next to keep the story propelled and going forward. It's old school wrestling. It's the way wrestling was booked for years. You have a match, something happens in that match, then it leads to the rematch, which then something happens in that match, and it just keeps building and booking and going farther and farther until they finally have an absolute 100% no doubt about it blow off where now the whole thing is finally settled, and then those people separate and they go on to other things with other people, and they do that same cycle over and over and over again.
The Rock and Roll and the Midnight wrestled for 10 years straight against each other, and I wanted to watch every match.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. From my experience, the most views that I've gotten on any like wrestling was the story that I ran with Isaiah Frazier. We were training buddies. We ran as a tag team. And when I finally turned on him, people were fucking thrown off and they were like, why? And this why behind it again. My motivation was I was the Marty Jannetty in this situation. He was the Shawn Michaels. I wanted to, be the breakout star. And it led to us fighting so many different places. And again, people actually kept up and wanted to know where we were fighting next and what was happening with us. So I will say that too. Again, I'm not going to bullshit you not. I fought in almost over 200 different opponents in the past 8 years, but my rivalry with Frazier will probably be the most remembered out of all of it just because of our story behind it and everybody who kept up with it. So again, I agree. Again, for me, it was one of the funnest things to do as a talent because it was you get to really invest into something when you have a story behind it, and then your creativity matches with your promoter's creativity, and hopefully you can bring out something fresh, which is very hard to do in professional wrestling. To do something new after 50 years of entertainment, the ring is still a square, the entrance ramp is still the same, there's things that aren't going to change in wrestling for eternity. How do you create something fresh? And I think that's the wall that we've hit in with wrestling in total is where do we get freshly squeezed product, not Orange
Cassidy. Got you. Well, you know what? That's it. That's going to be doing. That was actually, we're going to end right on that because that was actually perfect. How do we get fresh? So I'm all about it. I'm like, go squeeze your fruit at your local restaurant. So anyway, that's going to do it for Hardway Wrestling. I know it was a long one. We had a bunch of pay-per-views this weekend. We're going to try to figure out a way to make this a little bit more condensed. I don't know how we do it because we're all fucking long-winded. I get cramps in the middle. It's just the whole thing. So
we love this shit. We just love it. We love it so much.
We love this. We hope you guys love it too. We want you to come back and make sure you go like and subscribe while you're here. No big deal. But thank you guys for joining us. And boys, I will we'll do this again next week. Maybe 3 hours. What do you think? 3 hours?
Let's just do a marathon show where we just keep going as long as we can.
It's called a live watch along, and if we did one for AEW's pay-per-view, I'm pretty sure there'd be some bathroom cams going on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like that. I did not mention it in the beginning of the show, but this is it. This is our 250th podcast. So pretty remarkable. We're on our way to 500. But all of them 3 hours long. So
yeah.
All right. Boys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.
On the Hardway.
You know what we need? Big meaty men slapping meat.
Gross.
Bang.